An Ontario man is on a mission like no other. He'll soon be the first Canadian to ever visit the moon as part of a journey into deep space. Our Richard Southern has all the details and spoke with Jeremy Hansen himself.
All right, this is totally out of this world, like literally. NASA is going back to the moon. They have a new rocket, a new spaceship, and next November, a crewed mission is going to go and orbit the moon. It's the first time humans will have gone to the moon since Apollo 17 in 1972. And for the first time ever, a Canadian will be on board. His name is Jeremy Hansen. He grew up near London, Ontario, and he is going to the moon.
I guess it's true. I'm Jeremy Hansen, born here in Southern Ontario, and I'm going to the moon.
Does that play with your head when you think, I'm going to orbit the moon in like 13 months?
It does a little bit, but then right after that comes a thought, okay, like there's some serious business to this, and I'd like to survive it too.
Are you worried about that? Because you're going to be riding on the biggest rocket in the world that nobody's ever been on before, in a capsule that no human has ever been on before. I know you're a brave guy. You've served our country proud, but does this scare you?
I wouldn't say I can't live in fear for a year or something like that, but I am very aware of the risks, and we talk a lot about them in our day-to-day preparing for this mission. We're looking at all the systems and all the things that can go wrong. Like that is what we talk about most of the time, and so yeah, I'm very aware of the risks, but super confident in the team, and we wouldn't be going if we thought we couldn't handle these risks.
So when Jeremy Hansen was flying in a glider when he was 16, like was there ever? Did you say, I want to be an astronaut? Or did you ever think I'm going to go to the moon? I mean, what was your thinking at that time?
Well, it evolved over time, but I changed my treehouse into a spaceship probably when I was 5 or 6.
How'd you do that?
Well, I created these dials out of cardboard and popsicle sticks, and I had a control stick. I got some old circuit breakers I found in the barn. I put them in there. I could flip switches, and I drew some planets and stars on the wall, and I was exploring space.
You going to bring any Canadiana with you? What are you going to bring with you?
Yeah, hopefully all of Canada is coming with me on this journey. But, to be determined how we do some of that. But I've already had some pretty neat suggestions on things I could bring. But again, we're pretty limited on mass. So.
Well, if there's I want to ask you about a subject that I've covered a lot here on City News. It's something I treat very seriously. It's something NASA's talked about very seriously, and its administrator recently. That's UAPs. Is there any part of your training that tells you what to do if you encounter one on your mission?
No, there's no training for that other than just common sense. And I'm chuckling not because I don't take it seriously. I think the UAP thing is very, very real. But I'm not actually. I don't believe we're being visited by extraterrestrials here on Earth, at least in present day. It's just.
Other astronauts have. The late Edgar Mitchell said that.
Yeah, I just haven't seen the evidence. My job before this was a fighter pilot. I used to sleep in a hangar.
Did you see any UAPs in your aviation career?
No.
Did you talk to anyone who has?
I don't know that I have talked directly to anyone who has. But, the ones we're seeing now in the video we have of things now, I truly think they're terrestrial based.
Is it possible you can go back in a subsequent mission and land?
It's possible. I mean, we have not to date negotiated a mission to the lunar surface for a Canadian, but I think that's in Canada's future.
Now, Jeremy will be one of 4 crew members on this trip that's going to take place next November. They're going to test out all the systems. They're going to orbit the moon once. NASA is then planning to send humans back to the lunar surface in a subsequent mission in 2025. Richard Southern, City News.